Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will call the meeting to order. We did the Pledge of Allegiance. Rachel, if you do the roll call, please.
Okay, Tom Hill,
Yes.
Ken
Present.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Dave Lindros,
Yes.
Randy Van Buren.
Here.
And alternate Dale Lewis.
Yes.
Okay, let the record show that we have 5 members of the board here. At this time, I'm gonna ask our legal director to explain about swearing in of witnesses, anybody who's gonna speak today, why you have to have it done, and when it will happen. So Mandy, if you would go ahead.
If you come up to the podium to speak for or against an issue, an item on the agenda to the board, you will be sworn in to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So that is in order. These issues can be appealed to a higher court, and there would be a transcript made, and we need you guys to be under oath that anything you're telling the board will be the truth. And you have to understand you are taking an oath that you are going to tell the board the truth.
Any questions? Okay. Rachel, if you would read case 2026-0047 BZA with the noted change that was brought to our,
Do we have to make an amendment for that? Because
What is the change?
the change is the wrong,
applicant's name.
applicant.
So the applicant name on there is wrong. Ultimately, the property owner still owns the property, but the applicant is currently in transition of purchasing the property. So the conditional use is going underneath the applicant's name, which is One Roy Gas LLC versus Jordan Gas Incorporated. All parties were notified, in that range.
We can go forward because it's the same property,
Carries with it, right?
So, do I say the new?
Yes, say
Okay.
the new, yes.
Okay, applicant One Roy Gas LLC submitted a conditional use application for property located at 1435 Menor Avenue. The request is for a new applicant / operator, continued use and keeping of propane cages, outdoor seating, ice machine, air pump, and outdoor display / sale of goods, water and washer fluid. Conditional use permit required per section 12.05K and L of the Painesville Township zoning resolution.
Okay, the error that was in the original application has been taken care of. I find no error in anything else there. Is there someone to speak in favor of this request? You would come forward and be sworn in, please.
Hello, everybody.
Just state your name.
Yes, could you state?
Yeah, my name is Shujit Roy,
And what is your business address?
14335 Mentor Avenue, Painesville.
Do you swear to tell this board the truth and the whole truth? and
Yes,
nothing
I
but the truth? Okay. Go ahead and tell the board what you'd like them to know.
Yeah, I'm just, my name is Shujit Roy. I'm the new owner, a tenant actually, for this property, and I'm not a landlord yet, but we're in process. And I'm new to this neighborhood, new to this community, so everything's gonna be remaining same, no change. It's just new attendance. That's only change. That's all I say.
Okay. They don't have rental vehicles there anymore, do they?
Correct, so
Okay.
that was,
All right, so you're just looking, maintaining what's there now, transferring it to your name.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else to speak in favor? Anyone to speak against? Any questions from the board? Would someone like to make a motion, please?
I have one question.
Sure.
I know in that property before, weren't we having issues with some of the, where some of the items were located at?
we were, correct.
Is that, how's that been?
We have had no current issues. Him and I have a good relationship.
Thank you.
Okay, would someone like to make a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve 2026-0047 BZA.
You wanna put a time on it?
time?
Yeah, years.
Oh, for 5 years?
And
That's
it-
the max we're allowed.
And the conditions, just as stated in the request, correct, what he's
Yeah,
gonna store
conditions
there.
stated in the request, everything stays the same.
Okay. Motion's been made, is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, been seconded. Rachel, if you call the roll, please.
Okay, and that was for a 5-year term, and then my brain just went blank. But yeah, the uses are as stated in the request.
Yes.
Okay. Dave Lindros,
Yes.
Tom Hill,
Yes.
Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
Randy Van Buren,
Yes.
and alternate Dale Lewis.
Yes.
Okay.
When do you plan on taking over?
Already did.
Pardon?
You talking about the land?
Yeah,
3 years from now. It's
3
nothing.
days, did you
Three
say?
3 years from now.
So he's operating now, but ultimately the land transfer would be completed in 3 years.
Oh, okay. So we don't need to journalize this or anything. Okay,
No, he's good.
all right.
Thank
You're all
you.
set, thank you.
You're good to go.
Okay.
Yep, thanks.
Nice to meet you, everybody. Thanks so
Okay.
much.
Good luck.
You too.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Okay, Rachel, if you will, read 202-60049.
Okay. Applicant, Leiden Woodworking LLC submitted a conditional use application for property located at 20 Bohall Road. The request is for modification of conditional use permit for continued woodworking shop use and addition of 2 rental storage units, use not otherwise permitted in B2 per Painesville Township zoning resolution.
Okay, I find no error in our zoning inspector requiring a CUP for this. Is there someone like to speak in favor? Tell us what you wanna do.
Yes, there is. Hi, I'm Mark Ciccarelli, and this is Bruce Lyden.
Mm-hmm, okay.
I'd like to give you a
Could I
quick.
swear in your client?
Sure. Sorry, Mandy.
Sir, what's your first and last name?
Bruce Lyden?
Do you swear to tell the board the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth tonight?
I do.
And what is the address of your, property that you're here about?
Hall.
Go ahead and speak to the board.
Before I ask my client, I'd just like to give you a quick overview. Mr. Lyden's had this property since 2011. He has had, this is his 3rd application for a conditional use permit. He had one in 2016, 2021, and we're here today to renew. The original one in 2016, and I have a copy if you don't have it, but the one in 16, which was prepared by a lawyer at that time, indicated that he has used that parcel since 2011 when he purchased it for the creation of custom-made cabinets, that he stores and uses various woodworking machines on the property. He does not sell retail or commercial goods or consignment. There are also 2 vacant units in there that since 2011 he has rented out. Right now, he has one of those units rented. I have a copy of the lease that's rented to a individual for 1 year, and they store cars and a golf cart, some golf carts in there. And the lease indicates that no mechanical repairs or work may be done out of the storage area, so the only thing that's done is storage. So the original one indicated that at the time that there were 2 units, and K Homes, which I think went bankrupt, was using it to store their materials at the time when the original conditional use was granted in 2016. Unfortunately, didn't have a lawyer in 2021, and I don't think he put that in there in 21 about those extra units. But he has had people in those units since then. I will be happy to ask him these questions so that you have his testimony, but I wanted to give you an overview. And I'm happy, I have a copy of the lease if the board would like to see a copy of the lease that he currently has in there. It's a 1-year lease from April 26th through cars and golf carts.
All right, these are for the other occupants there, is that
It
correct?
is, thank you. Bruce, would you state your name for the board, please?
Bruce Lyden,
And you own this property at 20 Bull Hall Road,
correct.
and you purchased that when, Mr. Lyden?
February of 2011.
And what do you do in that property?
Woodworking in the majority of it, and then I have there's a 1,100 square foot rental and a 900 square foot rental
And how long have you been doing your woodworking?
since 2011 in the building.
Okay, and can you tell the panel, you sell out of there or just do woodworking?
No, it's all mostly for schools and universities. There's no residential work or even commercial. It's all for schools.
And since 2011, when you purchased that property, have you had people in any of the rental units?
Yes, I have. When I bought it, there was some cars being stored in one unit. I took over leases from the owner I bought it from. And then in 2013, K Homes came in and started using the unit. And then in 2016 is when we got the conditional use permit, and they've been renting since then.
And currently, only one of these units is occupied,
Correct.
and that's the lease that I submitted to the board. You have that with who's the lease with?
James Hayes,
And what's the term of the lease?
1 year.
And what does he store there?
Golf cart and 2 cars. 3 cars.
And are these junk cars? Can you tell the?
No, they're classic cars.
Okay, and so he has 1 golf cart and 2 cars stored there?
I believe it's 3 cars.
Okay. And he's not allowed to do any repairs or work out of that storage area?
No, it's strictly written in the lease, no work can be performed in the unit, and I do keep a close eye on anybody in there, and there's no work allowed in the units. Storage only.
And you have been using those spaces, those rental spaces, since you purchased the property?
Yeah,
And in fact, it had been rented when you purchased the property?
right. I took over the leases from the former owner that had some cars stored in there in the winter.
And are you asking the board to approve a conditional use permit for you to continue using majority of the space for your woodworking business?
Correct, yes,
And also to allow you to have those 2 additional units potentially to rent for storage only?
yes.
I don't have any other questions unless the
Okay.
board has any questions.
Thank you. Back in 2016, it looks like there was Rich Constantine mentioned that they were looking at changing the zoning adjacent from B2 to R1. Do we know if did that go through?
Mhm.
So the next door is residential? Correct. Okay. You are showing pieces out front, is that correct?
No,
You're not, so you're just working in there?
I had a sign on for the truck drivers to find it, that's it.
Sean, has there been any issues with the neighbors or anything?
There is not. I thought that there might be when the property was originally up for sale, and the previous tenant at that home, I think they had more of headbutting there. But that person is no longer the owner of that home, and there's a new couple in there, and they seem pretty quiet. So I haven't received any complaints, concerns, or any issues on the property itself. And ultimately, for the renewal, the only reason why we're here having that in-person meeting was because of the storage itself, because it was brought up, but it wasn't mentioned in the prior two, but obviously, and really spikes from the properties for sale. So when the property's for sale, we get a lot of inquiries of what can and cannot go there type situation. So mitigating that damage of like, hey, well, I know it's B2, but you're surrounded by residential, the parking's very limited, you know, you're not gonna be able to expand your setback, so it's gotta be like the perfect option. So the conditional use for storage would stay with the current owner, and if the new purchaser would want it, they would have to come in and apply for the same situation. And it's not to say that it will get out of hand, but if it were to get out of hand, you know, you're basically gonna have a bigger problem if with somebody that doesn't care, and then it's just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna allow this landscaping company to store here. You know, they're gonna be coming and going at 7 in the morning type situation. So that's why we're here today.
Okay, is there any other questions of the applicant?
That second unit that's not rented, what are you you're planning to rent that out?
I'm attempting to, I've got it advertised, depending on, you know, the decision that goes here.
And would you rent to landscapers or?
No, I'm gonna be real, I had a landscaper in there before, and, you know, I understand what Mr. Ishay said about coming in early and leaving late. I'm gonna keep it, strictly at storage, that type of thing. I'm not gonna, let a business in there that's gonna be coming in and, you know, early in the morning, late at night, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so mainly just for storage.
Correct.
We can make that a condition, can't we?
Yes.
All right, I guess I'm gonna just jump ahead a little bit. Is there anyone else to speak in favor? Is there anyone else to speak against this request? Okay, I just wanted to see what. All right, if no other questions, would someone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve conditional use permit, 2026-0049, renewing it for another 5-year period, with the added, modification that there'd be 2 units available for storage uses only.
Okay, you understand that, right, Mr.
Yes.
Lane? Okay.
I'll second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded.
Okay, and that was for a
5 years.
5-year term, and then the 2 units for storage use only.
Yes.
Okay. Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
Randy Van Buren,
Yes.
Dave Lindros.
Yes.
Alternate Dale Lewis.
Yes.
And Tom Hill.
Yes. Okay,
Thank you very much.
okay.
Okay.
Rachel, would you please read application 20260050 BZA?
Okay, applicant Dempsey Auctions LLC submitted a conditional use application for property located at 1871 Northridge Road. The request is for a conditional use under section 12.04W for a similar use previously approved by the Painesville Township trustees to conduct periodic auctions with item display and sale. Auction items including automobiles, tractors, trailers, patio sets, lawn mowers, large tools, outdoor decorations, and ladders may be stored outdoors as needed in a designated area in accordance with section 12.04K. In addition, the applicant is requesting approval for limited outdoor storage associated with the operation, as well as the parking and display of 1 to 2 company trucks with advertising on site located outside of the principal building in designated areas.
Okay, if I know error in the request here, is there someone to speak in favor of the request, please?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Dennis
Dempsey,
Okay. And, what is the address you're giving?
1871 Northridge Road, Painesville, Ohio.
And do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to the board tonight?
I do.
Go ahead and let the board know what's going on.
All right, we've first I've owned the Craft and Antique Co-op now for 23 years. And on the back side of that, almost immediately, we've had auctions. And recently, in 2014, I took over as the auctioneer. instead of renting out the auction hall. And then this winter, stuff happened, I guess, and now I'm here. We've always held auctions. We've always stored stuff out there. We pick it up maybe Monday, Tuesday, have the auction on Thursday. We put it in it's an old grocery store, so back near the back docks. We chain everything up with a big cable and sell it, store it for a couple days and then sell it.
That's facing to.
That's facing the freeway, yes. So, and that's why I'm here today. So I'm here to get an approval to continue doing what I've been doing.
I just have one question. You're talking about maybe storing boats, trailers, autos. What would be the maximum time you would store
So
something?
usually those things are 2 to 3 weeks. A lot of those are through probate. So the house needs to be cleared, and then I worked for a lot of the different attorneys, Benavini, and everybody. As soon as the probate clears, it's usually cars and vehicles and stuff like that are usually 2 to 3 weeks at the most. I can't take, if you guys want me to sell your cars, I can't do it. I can only do 6 a year. These are all probates and from deceased individuals. So that's the only way I can sell cars, boats, and motorcycles legally is through probates and stuff like that, through the
Okay.
deaths of families, estates.
In those cases, are the vehicles stored on the side? then?
They're usually stored right on the corner, on the northeast corner. We take the first 2 parking spots. If it's a boat or something where the tongue might be longer, we back it up to one of the bay doors where a semi used to be, and we would put it there and lock it up there. So it's always secured, locked, and everything like that.
What's the most you would expect to ever have there as far as vehicles or boats?
Vehicles, sometimes a house may have 2, and that's all we've ever really had is 2, and they just kind of rotate once in a while. I know this summer or this winter we had a couple more than that because we had like 3 estates we were waiting for probate to clear, 2 in Ashtabula, 1 in Lake County, so we had 4 vehicles, but then 2 sold and 1 sold, then the other 1 sold. So we want rid of them as fast as possible because that's how I make my money, is on my commission. So me storing them and watching them and securing them is just.
We just don't want it to look like a used car lot.
Yeah, we don't want that either because I have a business in the front of the store and I don't want that either. So we don't try to bring them with flat tires or anything like that. They're normally 80% of the time running, and there's always air in the tires. So we try to get rid of them as fast as possible.
So is there a max amount of vehicles / boats you would want to put on this condition?
2 to 3. I mean, we normally don't have that many, to be honest. I mean, it's like 1 here, 1 there. Usually a year. Last year, I think we sold 13 vehicles all year.
So you want to say max 3?
Max 3 would be great then. Yes.
That's combination boat trailer.
Boat, trailer, tractor, yeah, whatever. Anything big and bulky. How's that?
Okay.
Any other questions from the applicant?
And all the other stuff is going to be stored behind the building?
Yes.
In that gated area?
It's not gated. It is. People can drive around, but we have 2 dock doors. So the dock door, the one dock door that we don't use, we stack everything up, run a cable through. Like, so if someone gives me a big patio set, instead of carrying it in and then carrying it out, we just wrap it, put it outside, put a cable through it, lock it, so they can't take it. Maybe lawnmowers, because I'm not supposed to store gas inside in the building. So lawnmowers usually get put outside, rototillers, and we chain those up too.
And that's close to the building?
It's right.
Traffic
We
can still
we
get in
snug
and
it right up to the building, against
Okay.
the building.
Gotcha.
Have you ever had any problems with theft or anything?
No, because it's all chained up.
Yeah.
No theft, no vandalism, nothing like that. And knock on wood,
for
I
you.
don't see any real wood here.
No razor wire?
No.
Wire?
And I drive by there literally twice a day, every day. and
Okay.
I've never seen an issue.
Thank you.
It's never looked like a car
Yeah.
lot in
I
Clark.
think he's
so-
doing a wonderful job
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to run a small business, family-owned business. That's all. Better known.
My only suggestion when someone makes a motion, he said he's fine with 3. We may want to just say 4, just in case
Yeah.
that happens.
I'm not trying to be greedy, so yeah. I mean,
No,
I'll
but
take
I-
what I can get without
Yeah.
pushing any buttons and borders. How's that sound?
Any other questions? Someone like to make a motion, please?
For or against?
Pardon?
Anybody against me or for me?
I still.
You have to say, is anyone against?
Oh, yeah, is anyone else in favor of this request?
Half
Sorry.
of them are with me, they
Thanks for
better not be.
reminding me. Anyone opposed to the request? All right, let's have someone make a motion then. Thanks, Dave.
I'll make a motion to approve, the zoning request 2026-0050, for a 5-year period, with the condition that the, total of car, boats, trailers, other items of a large nature not exceed 4 at any given time, and all the other materials will be kept abutted to the building.
Satisfactory?
That's awesome.
Okay.
I'll second that.
It's everything we're doing already, so.
Motion's been made.
I got the 5-year term. What was the,
No more than 4 combination vehicles, boats, trailers, any other
Large.
large items.
Who knows
that
what we
cannot
get.
be abutted to the
Campers.
Oh, yeah, so then, also, you're gonna add in there in terms of, for him parking,
Yeah, once in a while I have box trucks that have my name on them, and they have my, because we pick up the estates. I was gonna try to find a picture for you on my phone. It's yellow and green, and it says Dempsey Auctions and Shops by the Lake. So they're nice.
And the
They're
reason for
upkeep.
that, obviously, is just because in terms of the use of where it's at, and then if, let's say, Bob, the builder, wants to have a mobile advertising, we basically call and say, you can't have your mobile sign here, you gotta move, versus he'll be conditionally permitted to have his truck stored there, because it's associated with the use.
Okay.
So, I mean, this is what.
Yeah, explain a little bit like
That's what the
what you
truck
have and where
is.
it's gonna be.
It's right there, they're 17.5-foot box trucks, that's part of the trailer. So it's nicely done, it's professionally done, professionally wrapped, so that's what it is. I got 3 of them, but we normally have 1 maybe there. Sometimes we spend over the night, we don't usually store them there. I store them at my house in Madison, but once in a while, we'll leave 1 there overnight or something if we're short a driver or something.
Just in the parking lot somewhere.
Normally we back it to one of the dock doors.
Okay.
In the,
So-
on the north side.
On the north side,
Okay.
facing Route 2, 99% of the time.
Okay.
Once in a while, we might put it out there in the front, but if we have 2 and stuff, so,
I don't
yeah.
have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you wanna add that to the condition? Well, it's,
In addition, allow for 1 commercial vehicle not to exceed 20 feet.
It's fine.
One. You said you only needed.
Well, normally it's only 1, but 1's fine. I'll take 1. That's fine.
1 commercial vehicle not to exceed 20 feet?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, and that was Ken motion, Randy.
I'll still second.
Second, okay. Okay, Tom Hill,
yes.
Dave Lindros,
Yes.
Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
Randy Van Buren,
Yes.
alternate Dale Lewis.
Yes. So I have one more question.
Yes.
For the renewal in 5 years, do you guys just send me something if nothing changes, or do I have to come back here every 5 years? How is that done, if I can ask?
So I will ask you to come back.
Okay.
So then because if not, then I'm playing catch up, and then you might be a year behind. But then if something changes in your business and you're used to, like, you know what, we're seeing a lot of this, I might have to go back in front of the board and ask for that. But typically, in 5 years, and everything's kosher, you basically fill out the same application, saying keeping the same changes, asking for a 5-year term, and then you submit the application. You're at home having dinner, and they're renewing it.
Okay, so just re-applicate, but
Yep.
not necessarily, if nothing major changes.
Yeah.
We don't, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, thank you everyone for your time tonight.
Okay, appreciate
Thank
your
you.
business there.
Yep.
All right, Rachel, now if you would read case 2026-0067 BZA.
Okay, applicant Kurtz Brothers LLC submitted a conditional use application for property located at 775 Hardy Road. The request is for conditional use approval to establish a Class 2 composting operation at 775 Hardy Road and continue operation of existing Class, I'm really bad for Roman numerals, is that 4? Thank you. existing class 4 composting activities on the property. The Painesville Township trustees approved a similar use for the site. The proposed facility would process organic materials, including food waste and other I cannot talk tonight. Compostable materials utilizing designated areas of the site and existing on-site equipment / infrastructure subject to applicable Ohio EPA regulations.
Okay, again, I find no error in our zoning inspector required conditional use permit for this. Is there someone here who would like to explain what you wanna do here?
Can you state your first and last name?
Jason Ziss,
How do you spell that last name?
ZISS,
And, what address?
775 Hardy Road.
Okay. And do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to the board tonight?
I do.
And go ahead and talk to them.
I appreciate the opportunity for everybody. It's been a great journey so far in Lake County at the sediment recycling facility there. Really, all we're trying to do is just kind of expand on what we've already been doing. Similar to other entities of the business throughout the state, we are the largest organics recycler in the state of Ohio. Organics is a big issue. It's just a wasted material that goes to landfills. We like to recycle that material and reuse it in much better ways. This is an expansion on what we're already doing with a Class 4 facility, which is primarily yard waste material, so grasses and leaves and whatnot. This is more food waste derived material, which happens to be the largest component of MSW material generated. It's really a national prerogative as well as a state prerogative. So increasing recycling rates, doing the right thing for our environment, continuing the productive business that we've been doing for almost 80 years now in the state of Ohio is really what we'd like to expand on here in the township.
Okay.
What are you doing with it? What do you use it for?
Yeah.
It being food waste, what?
Yeah,
what
sure.
would it come from?
Biomass such as food waste can be composted. Compost turns into compost, which then can be used in a whole litany of different things. Soils, standalone compost, primarily used in horticulture. We've been doing it for forever. But really just taking a waste product and turning it into a commodity product.
You anticipate a problem with vermin?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely that vermin is a typical thing that you would see with this type of compost facilities. I was just down at ours in North Canton. We don't have a vermin issue or at all, but it's something that we absolutely take care of with our BMPs, management practices for the material. So I can't say that we won't have vermin, but we absolutely take the top precautions on how to deal with them.
How is that? Just, I guess, curious, but what do you do?
Well, for vermin specifically, yeah, I mean, it's
I'm thinking like rats.
rats. Honestly, I've been in the compost industry since I was 15, and I've never seen a rat at one of our compost facilities. Yeah, I know. The things that we get mostly are birds. Birds eating, just any residual type material. I would have to look at the breadth and the depth of the extent of the issue, but yeah, I'm not imagining the plague here.
Is it all stored outside?
Yeah, well, the material would all be stored outside. If we wanted to, I could see us getting into something that does require indoor storage, where it's a DPAC facility. That's not what I'm proposing here today. I would imagine I have to come back to this board to get that approval. That would be indoors, but no, everything I'm talking about here is currently outdoors, yes.
So you're not doing high heat composting?
Well, it's certainly high heat composting when you compost.
Is there a furnace involved?
No. Natural composting process, something you'd find out that's happening in the woods. Yeah, no, we're not injecting any type of heat at all, no.
So how do you till? Like, do you just use like dozers, or
How do I tell?
do you till it? Or
Yeah, the composting process is pretty scientific, and after a certain time and temperature, then you turn piles until you have the right maturity of the compost. So yeah, actually a lot goes into it, but yeah, so front end load is probably what we would use here to start. We've done other things called scarabs that kind of just grind the pile up as it goes, but it turns into an awesome compost product. Typically, food waste and biomass sources of this sort that you can't have at a Class 4 facility typically has a lot more not organic matter, I'm sorry, macro nutrients. So nitrogen, phosphorus levels are a lot better. So you can make a much better product out there for the marketplace, certainly.
Who's your main purchaser of this stuff? Like nurseries or?
So for Kurtz Brothers in general, the main purchaser of this material are landscapers and homeowners. Here, you know, we haven't really been composting other than the yard waste material. So that material has just been used in our soils that we've been doing. So, but no, it's tremendous opportunity here to maybe break into some of the nursery industries because large constituents here in the county. It's something that really we think could have a great opportunity for lots of businesses here locally.
How long would material typically, like a batch, how long would it be, like, from the point you bring it into when it goes back out?
Great question. It really depends time of year. Okay, so you want heat. You want it's a time and temperature process. So you have to hit a certain time temperature for a certain period of time before really the compost has done all of its job, broken down the material. Typically 90, 120 days, and then material will get cured. But yeah.
With food waste, if I'm not not mistaken, but from just limited research with not being an expert, but because of the high nitrogen, the moisture has much more of an odor than yard waste. The only reason I bring it up is there's a certain method of mitigation, etc., turning over a different frequency cycle than you would typical yard waste. The only reason I'm bringing it up is because of the issues we've had on Hardy Road from odor standpoint, and then also from the existing solid waste facility. And depending on the wind, it all goes into the middle. And so I guess what I'm thinking is for a conditional use like this, since we're not the experts, is it wise just to ensure that the facility incorporates standard best practices for odor mitigation and composting for a facility like this?
Is that covered under 3745? There's like 3 different chapters there: 5002, 501, and 503. One of them is licensing, one's financial assurance, and the other one's definitions. But is that covered under 3745? Composting regs for the state of Ohio about odor?
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, odor requires regulations by the state of Ohio, so the EPA could come in and say there's a nuisance odor, and then cite you and shut you down essentially until you have different BMPs in place. Typically, the odor that you're going to experience the worst is upon receiving. So the more carbon you put in there, the more quickly that material gets bound up and starts the compost process. Listen, guys, I don't think you're going to have to deal with anything as bad as what's unfortunately next door to us. We're very far set back. I'd be lying if I didn't say that compost doesn't have a smell. I don't think it's a nuisance smell at all. But yeah, the Ohio EPA regulations for Class 2 composting facility would cite that.
I would just say in the terms, we make sure that they adhere to the Ohio EPA.
What about fire? Since composting usually generates a lot of heat.
Compost does. Typically, you find more fire potential from actually mulch because it's more wood and carbon. But we have all those materials on site right now, so we have standard operating procedures for how to mitigate fires.
No fire. Class 2 also, I stopped out there today.
Oh, okay, great.
Your Guard Eagle was up there.
We have 2 usually that are
checking.
There.
Class 2, the gal that was in the office said that you're not going to accept any animal products.
Yeah, it's
because I saw that for Class 2. I thought, you're throwing dead animals in there.
It's been very interesting how much attention has been brought on to mortality composting and animals. Yeah, we have zero intention of composting any animals on the facility whatsoever. So yeah, and we signed a letter that said that we would.
You signed that with the trustees, is that
That's correct, yes.
Do you also take in manure?
That is a different facility class regulation taken manure. I believe that's a 3.
Okay, so this is purely just food.
Food waste, yeah. Biomass sources that are not yard waste, so typically food waste products.
Who would you primarily get your product from?
Well, I think I would love to develop a program where this material is coming from the community. We do this right now in other counties. People are very passionate about recycling. They like to see that organics are being recycled. again, the largest waste stream that's going to landfills right now are organic sources that can be recycled.
So people could bring it out there from their homes.
Eventually, I'd like to develop a system with the township and the city, the county, to do that. Yeah, absolutely. Think it's
I
great.
never knew you had a retail facility. Though.
We don't have a retail facility right now.
Well, the
So-
girl was trying to sell me grass seed and stuff.
If you need some, we have some there. It's typically commercial. Listen, we started with the sediment facility, and we're just kind of slowly growing each year. So we've done more business this year with the community, with landscaping than we did the year before and the year before that. So what started as purely sediment recycling, now we just need to expand because we can do a lot with sediment, but we also need ingredients for it that can make it into more products than we currently manufacture. So Kurtz Brothers is all about recycling. That's really our business. That's what we want to do. So the more we could do here, I think it helps everybody out, and again, provides more opportunities to the community. Water quality too. I can't stress that enough. We live on Lake Erie. It's our responsibility. This is Lake County. The more things that we can recycle and put back into the soils and keep out of our lake, that's just not only good business, but that's being a good steward of our environment and our homes.
When you sell bulk, or do you have to bag it, or how do you?
We unfortunately we do not bag. It's a typical question we get a lot. We have bagged in the past. Right now, I do not have the infrastructure nor the desire to be bagging currently. Right now, all our materials are bulk. I'm hoping
It goes out by truck.
it goes out by truck. I'm hoping that next year will be maybe residential and retail. But again, we're just trying to grow a little bit every year.
So how many ton of product are you planning on trying to keep at that location
For the compost or just in general?
for the compost?
So it depends on really what we could procure into the marketplace. So everything needs to be bonded, and it's based on your material volumes. I don't have a target market right now or target volume today that would say, hey, 10,000 tons. I don't have that right now. What we're looking for is the opportunity to start procuring material. Just to give you a number in mind, our facility in North Canton that I spoke of that does this, I think they take in around 12,000 tons a year of that material. And just to give you context with that, this past year we took in 170,000 yards of sediment. That's probably over 250,000 tons of material. So just scope in terms of what we're doing on that side.
I just think this is very interesting.
Yeah, no, we do too.
This is the North Canton site, so I'm assuming this is maybe the pile?
Yes,
So
that is it.
I did call down there to the zoning office and I asked them like, hey, how many complaints or anything you get? She's like, sometimes we don't remember there. So they don't get tons of complaints on it, right? And you can kind of see that you get, residential and that pile is there, and normally those people would be the ones, reaching out.
Mm-hmm.
This operation here, they have the square footage, but in terms of operation wise, this one's been going for a minute, and then this would be, I'm assuming, their ideal situation for Hardy Road for pickup. I know the township purchases their mulch from there, which is ironic because our stuff from the leaf drop off just goes across the street and they accept it from us. So the relationship with Kurtz Bros is definitely a good relationship. So ultimately, for where they want to place this, I believe is like where this driveway is, right? Kind of.
That's correct.
We're at the township, we're trying to get them on a 10-speed bike real fast, just because we see the potential there, and especially the sales. But they're doing everything by the book. They didn't, they don't want to have a bunch of heavy traffic when they're not ready for it, and then stressed about the road, dust in and out. So they want to make sure everything's safe and where it needs to be. We've had quite a few conversations just in general.
Okay.
As you're coming into your facility off of Hardy Road, there's a driveway goes off to the right. That's what we're looking at there. That's where that would be the entrance to the composting facility.
That's the entrance to the entire site. Yeah, so it's right there to the right. But there are setback restrictions that you have to have with the Ohio EPA to even have one of these facilities. We meet all those requirements.
I mean, it's pretty much a perfect area to do it.
We think so too. And we do see tremendous opportunities. I'd like to come before you in the future to look at recycling other organic materials. I wouldn't even throw out the option of maybe even waste to energy at the facility. I think there's a lot of good potential here.
I don't know if were you on the board when somebody wanted to put a, place where they made mulch out on Bacon Road years ago?
Yeah, I think I remember that.
No, it wasn't very popular.
Most people don't even know we're there.
Yeah.
And there's a trail right in front of us too that talks about the facility.
Well, they're
and the
supposed to
operations.
expand that whole
They
thing
are.
through there.
Yeah.
We give them an easement for that project. Big supporter.
All right, anyone else have any other questions? Anyone else to speak in favor of the request? Anybody speak against the request? Would someone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we, approve permit number 2026-0067 BZA for the conditional use for a period of 5 years, and simply with the added condition that the facility adheres to all operational requirements found in OAC rules and governance for the EPA.
I'll second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. You got that, Rachel?
It's, is it the,
OAC, Ohio Administration Code.
to adhere to the OAC rules and governance for the Ohio
Ohio EPA.
EPA, thank you.
Yep.
And then for a 5-year term.
Yes.
Okay. And then who seconded?
I second.
Okay, Dave Lindros,
Yes.
Dale Lewis,
Yes.
Randy Van Buren,
Yes.
Ken Sullivan, and Tom Hill.
Yes.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
You say there's 2 eagles out there most of the time?
Most mornings. Come there before noon.
Cool.
All right, and last but not least, Rachel, if you would read 2026-0081 BZA, please.
Okay, applicants, Slump, Frank J. and Shirley A. submitted a variance application for property located at 170 Lee Road. The request is to construct a 30-foot by 54-foot, 1,620 square feet detached garage within the R1 zoning district. Per the township zoning resolution, detached accessory structures in the R1 district are limited to a maximum size of 875 square feet. The proposed structure exceeds the permitted maximum by 745 square feet, requiring approval of a variance from the Board of Zoning Appeals. The applicant is seeking relief from the size limitation to allow for the construction of the proposed accessory structure as submitted.
Okay, again, I find no error in our zoning inspector requiring a variance for this, pretty substantial variance. Is there someone here to speak in favor of the request?
Yes, sir.
Can you state your first and last name?
Frank Slemps, 170 Lee Road.
And do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to the board tonight?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a couple more sheets to pass out if I could.
Thank you.
Mike, sir.
So I've lived in Painesville Township since 1985, originally on Hawthorne Road. Then I moved to Lee Road in May 2003. I've been there for 23 years. I upgraded the house when I moved in continuously since I've lived there. Only thing yet to upgrade is the old garage. I don't trust to park my cars in there. That's how bad it is. So it's used right now as a makeshift storage and workshop. My wife specifically would like a place to park her car. So to have a nice clean garage to park our cars in. A basic car, 2-car garage, 24 by 24. Of course, you need more storage than that. So the basic garage would be 24 by 30. And then on top of that, that's 720 feet, so that doesn't leave me very much under the 875 for a workshop. I have 2 cars, I got a truck, I have motorcycles, I have 3 yard tractors. I enjoy woodworking, fixing things, tinkering with things. I need a place to work. So I wouldn't be doing any woodworking to sell. This is only for me, for a hobby. In your packet there, you see I have a letter from my neighbor that's to the south of me at 178. He looked over the plans. He's good. That's Greg Whiteley. He was good with that. The next letter is from my neighbor on the south. And Greg has been there since before I was there. And he doesn't have any plans on leaving. The next one is from my neighbor on the south, Mark McKenna. Him and or his mom has lived there before I lived there.
What's the address for McKenna's, you know?
McKenna is 162.
They're to the south or north?
To the south, yeah. Greg is to the north, I'm sorry, Greg is to the south and Mark is to the north.
162 is to the north.
Yes, yes, correct, sorry. The last one is from the neighbor across the street. Ted is here to give me some positive reinforcement here. You know, he's built a big garage on the back of his house. We're always tinkering with something. He needs help, I help him. If I need help, he helps me. We need a place to, and Ted's got more junk than I do, so his garage is always full. So we need a place to do some work. The first picture after that is of the addition, the garage that Ted put on, and that was a couple years ago. That's on the back of his house. He also has a 1-car garage in the front of his house. And he said recently that he wished he would have put that garage all the way across the back of his house. That's how much storage and stuff he needs. The next one is right next door to Ted. This is Randy. And he just built this big garage actually last year, and they're just finishing it this year. That is attached.
That looks like it's very big. Did he have to get an approval for that?
It is attached to the house.
Oh, it's attached to the
Yeah,
house.
there's a little breezeway, about a 6-foot breezeway attaching it to the house.
Just hang a 2x4.
The next one is, this is my neighbor in back of me. This is a barn that's been there probably for quite a few years. So, and I don't know that she ever uses that. That's on Heckathorn. And here at 720 Bow Hall, right around the corner, Mike has built this huge monstrosity, and I was in there just this weekend. Huge in there. Looks perfect. He's got a couple hot rods in there. He's got a motorcycle in there. Really nice big area. And I just, you know, we live in the township, so we don't have these city rules, you know, and I understand your thought pattern on 875. And I could build some kind of breezeway. A 35-foot breezeway would just look ugly and ridiculous.
Are you, the existing built, you have a garage and look like a little 8x12 barn behind it or
Yes, a
something?
little shed.
Are those gonna go away?
Yes, the garage is gonna come down. It's basically gonna be where the garage is now, over a few feet because it's too close to the line right now.
And then go north from there.
And then go north from there. 30 feet that way, 54 back, toward the back of the
How high?
I would like to be able to make it about 10 feet high for the main area, and then have a 12-12 pitch so that I could put some storage upstairs.
Would it be higher than your residence?
That's probably gonna be about 25 feet high. That'd be right about the same, because I have a 12-12 pitch right now on the house.
Is this gonna be a steel metal building, or what are you planning?
No, it'd be a regular stick-built metal roof. I have metal roof on the house now, but it would be stick-built.
Okay.
Have a 2-car garage, 2-car door in the front, and a 1-car door toward the back, into the back area.
Okay. Are you planning on trying to match siding or anything like that, or?
I actually could get the exact same siding, yes.
It would be paved to it, or
It's paved to it right now, so I
to your
would,
existing garage?
yes,
but
I
this
would
new
have
one-
to go over a little bit, yeah. Where the garage door is gonna be, it's probably only gonna be 3 to 4 feet over, so I will have, put a little more in there, yes.
Any other questions from the board?
I like a big garage.
Anyone else to speak in favor of the request? Anyone to speak against the request? Would someone like to make a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve 2026-0081 BZA.
Okay, motion has been made.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded.
Okay, alternate Dale Lewis,
Yes.
Tom Hill,
Yes.
Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
Randy Van Buren,
Yes.
and Dave Lindros.
Yes.
When do you want to start this?
As Soon as I get all the crap out of the old garage. So.
Are
very
we
soon.
talking less than 30 days? The reason I'm asking, this doesn't become legal until we have another meeting and approve the minutes.
Okay,
We
Yeah.
can, we can journalize this decision, makes it immediate, you know.
now,
makes
it's gonna take me a while to get everything out of there. I was just thinking today, I don't know where I'm gonna put that, so I'm thinking of renting a couple pods to put all the stuff I have in there, so.
I guess, Matt, we can make it effective immediately if that's what you would like, so.
I mean, if you can, great, if it
It's no
needs-
big deal, we just
Okay.
have to,
Sounds good, yes.
okay, if someone would like to make a motion to journalize the decision.
I'll make a motion to journalize 2026-0081.
Second?
Okay, Randy Van Buren,
Yes.
Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
Tom Hill,
Yes.
alternate Dale Lewis,
Yes.
and David Lindros.
Yes.
Too many Daves.
Okay, you're all set.
Very good, thank you, I appreciate.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me see here. Here's my agenda.
It's only an 85% variance. Actually, 185, but.
Okay, I need a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Okay,
Who's Dave Lindros?
Yep.
Okay, Tom Hill,
yes.
Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
alternate Dale Lewis,
Yes.
Randy Van Buren,
Yes.
and Dave Lindros.
Yes.
Okay, with that, we will open the regular meeting. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes from our last meeting? You see any changes required? If not, need a motion to, do we need a motion to approve them? Okay, I need a motion to approve them, let them be submitted as, let them be offered in as submitted. Recorded.
I'll make a motion to approve the
Thanks.
Second.
Okay, Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
Randy Van Buren,
Yes.
alternate Dale Lewis.
Yes.
Dave Lindros,
Yes.
and Tom Hill.
Yes. Now, additional meetings, what's that in the agenda?
That's just, cause you know how we had like the special meeting in December, we
Oh,
had
yeah,
the 2
okay.
meetings, it's. Trustees do something like that, so I followed.
Any old business? Under new business, we have a renewal of a conditional use permit. Have there been any problems with this with the existing one?
No.
Let me just review what this one is.
Bees in.
Oh, yeah, this is the bees. Yeah, the guy's done a really nice job out there. You're big on bees.
Lot of hives? Yeah, a lot.
I think he had 9?
Yeah.
8 or 9 hives, yeah.
Every year.
Why
you get
Sean
more.
got a funny look on his face?
So do we need a motion to renew this for another period of time?
Yeah, you guys, basically this is a straight renewal, so you would renew it for the term that you would find. fit, which would
It does say
definitely be.
9 hives here.
I'll make the motion to approve 2026-0048 BZA for a period of 5 years.
Okay, the motion has been made to renew it for 5 years. Okay. Anyone want to second it?
I'll second
Tom Hill,
Yes.
Ken Sullivan,
it. Yes.
Randy Van Buren,
Yes.
alternate Dale Lewis,
Yes.
and Dave Lindros.
Yes. I can't believe that was 5 years ago. I remember that.
Time flies when we have fun.
Yeah, really.
It's crazy.
All right, so the next meeting is June 9th. Anything look like that's coming up? We're coming in a busy time of year.
Someone just dropped off a packet today. Basically, they're adding on a whole new 2-car garage to their house, but their side setback is 3 feet, so they're expanding past the non-conforming expansion amount. So,
Okay.
and then there's, I could envision more in my life. And then I know that we'll have that meeting next month, but if you guys just want to mentally think about proposing something to the other board, zoning commission, because typically what happens is they wait for you guys to, hey, I think we should have a change in our zoning text about anything. The only thing I know that comes in front of you guys a lot would be chickens, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel that we have more chicken meetings than Popeyes.
Chickens and garages.
So if that's something that you guys would want to evaluate or have zoning department look at to see what other areas are doing and then kind of present that to you guys, because you guys see those more often, because your input, you know, it's not that I don't want to have these cases, but in the nature of it's beneficial to protect the neighborhood, but in the same sense, chickens are becoming more and more and more popular, right? And some of these lots are becoming not like mine, right? So not everybody has that square footage of space, so they're going to be coming in. So the conditions are nice, but we really don't have too many issues with them after they come into play. So something to think about.
Like to change the square footage needed.
Yeah, so basically, you know, if they're under half an acre, they're coming in front of you, and that's about everybody on your road, right? And then you can't have them in your development. Your neighbors probably have chickens without permits. So, yeah, you know, it's just kind of one of those weird situations. So I'm just trying to think of the best route and, you know, mitigating time and have that township feel too. So.
Yeah, in our neighborhood, we had a lady who wanted chickens one time. She thought it was just gonna be real easy. The other neighbors thought they were trying to
Oh, yeah.
kill all the dogs and everything else. So she just started crying and said, I don't want them anymore. I was just gonna raise a few chickens.
I mean, it comes down to as long as they're, in my opinion, if they're contained, have a run, and they're not free range chickens, then it's normally pretty common because the most complaints we have from chickens are they're eating my flowers, they're tearing up my beds, they're, you know, coming in my yard. That's the typical response.
That and roosters.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, which still would not be permitted, right, unless you have the 5 acres. So.
So you're saying that we might wanna just give the zoning board some stipulations or regulations?
Yeah, like what you would see, be like, hey, we're seeing too many cases on this, and then I would present the change that we could discuss here to present to them.
Maybe limit it like to a 1/4 acre or something like
Yeah.
that.
Shrinking the size, right? Yeah.
Just shrink the size just a little bit, you know, because, I mean, you get quite a bit,
Mhm.
so.
Everybody think about that before June, whatever. We might wanna send
I'd
that.
like to see him do something with the square footage on these garages too. I mean, sometimes this guy has an acre of land and he can only have, what, 850 feet of garage.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. So I mean, I can look at a couple options. I mean, it is awkward, right? So, I mean, I have a large barn on my property that was for ag use, but if I wanted an extra storage, which I have 3 kids and a pool, so I need that extra space right now. So I'd have to come to you guys for a variance for that,
Denied.
right? So, I mean, it is something to look at.
Another thing is, people have more stuff to begin with, and would you rather have that stuff sit in the yard, or would you rather have it
Yeah, I wouldn't
I
argue
just
that.
think I think if we up that square footage, I think it would take some of the load off of the board looking at it.
Yeah, I mean, like,
90% of the time, we give it to them anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and like there was that one that was off of over by my house. He was a teacher for Riverside. What was that? Overlook, right? He didn't even ask for that much more of a variance, but he was adding that detached garage, and it was just basically it was over by like 100 square feet. We're like, you want to go bigger? He's like, no, it's going to cost me thousands of dollars. So, you know, but it would have made his life a little bit easier, I guess. So, something I will look into.
That's just for the residents, I mean, paying the fee to come before us and
Right.
all that stuff.
Well, I think the way that works, cause I was on that committee, if Painesville Township wants to change their zoning resolution, it goes before the county, the different zoning people
Yeah. So,
in
like,
the county, and they look at it, and then, I forget the guy's name, he looks at it, he studies it, and recommends either approve it or they don't approve it.
yeah, so Dave Radacci will have his team look at the text change because he'll kind of compare it with other townships to see. So, like, we're going through a text change to add a section, and I'll simultaneously send it off to the planning commission, and I will send it to our board. I mean, that's even after the trustees even kind of look at it, right? So once all those boards have it, it goes in front of the trustees and they can still veto it if they don't necessarily like it or they approve it, and then we send it to the auditor. And then it's documented and then you guys get the 8 updates.
Well, I kind of agree with Dale that, that would be, kind of take priority, let's look at that one first, have the zoning commission look at improving, or adding, or
Adjusting.
adjusting the size of an outbuilding like a garage from 875 square feet to something more. What are other communities doing?
Yeah.
You know, based on the size of the lot. I don't know if you do it
Maybe
based.
you could do a percentage on available property. You know,
Mhm.
if you had a really large house on a small lot, you can't really put a whole lot of, you know, without
Right.
jamming it up. But if you got an acre of land and a 3-bedroom home on it, they got plenty of room to put up, you know,
Yeah. So
1,600, like this fellow
Right.
is, putting up a big lot. He's got room.
Might wanna have them look and see what other people do.
okay. That's all I have.
I do think shrinking the size of property for chickens.
Well, all the new builders are, yeah, they're shrinking the size of lots, that's for sure. Let's make a motion to adjourn the regular meeting.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the regular meeting.
Nobody wanted to leave.
Dave and I get double pay this time.
You do.
Okay, Randy Van Buren,
Yes.
Dave Lindros,
Yes.
Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
alternate Dale Lewis.
Yes.
And Tom Hill.
Yes. Okay, thank you, everybody.
Always paper it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You should have
Add to the